I came across this story on my Twitter account hours ago, and this is being recorded September 9th, 2020, and I kind of overlooked it, but then it came back to my attention by one of my loyal subscribers, Dee Dee the Best, and shout out to her, and asked me, was I going to talk about this? And I said, well, she asked if I heard about the story, and I said, unfortunately. She said, well, I'll be waiting for your commentary. She didn't even ask me if I was going to talk about it, but she just kind of knew I was. But here we are. And this story, right? Listen, I've covered a lot of stories involving rape and molestation of children on my channel before, but this one right here is just extremely, and I do mean extremely disturbing because of what was going on during the act of said molestation. So in this picture, you see a guy by the name of Brice Gage Watkins, and he's out of Oklahoma. And just by looking at him, I can already tell he is definitely in the academy. And if he is not, he sure fooled the hell out of me by looking at both of these pictures. But the reason why we are talking about him today is because they say that there's a huge manhunt that was launched on this guy who shared a video of him raping a baby. It's bad enough that this guy raped and violated a child that is practically brand new to the world. But the fact of the matter is that he recorded himself doing the act, and apparently, well, not apparently, he did, and he shared the video online. He was that bold to do that. When they catch his, see, that's the kind of people you catch and don't come back with. I'm just saying, you just say, look, we found where he is, and his remains are somewhat scattered around in this area over here. Y'all can go and collect them. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. It says a huge hunt is underway to try and track down a suspected pedophile who police say shared a video of himself raping a 6-month-old baby. Oklahoma Police Department have urged locals to be on the lookout for Brice Gage Watkins, age 22, amid fears he could be hiding in Oklahoma City. Watkins is accused of sexually assaulting the 6-month-old baby while filming it before sharing the clip with other child abusers on social media. That's scary in itself to know that he shared this video to other child abusers, knowing that there's a ring. Most likely, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a pedophile ring that he shared this with. Imagine, well, I don't even want y'all to imagine this, but just think that there are other people out there who share videos of them or others molesting and violating children. Like, those actually exist, most of which are on the dark web. His alleged abuse was reported to police after a woman contacted police on August 11th, saying she'd been sent a video of a man she said was Watkins molesting a baby. She said she recognized the child and house depicted in the video, and that she was friends with both Watkins and the child's mother. Another friend claimed to have received the same video the same day in the form of a screen recording, which also captures someone sending a message saying, "Whose child is this?" Last month, a man believed to be Watkins was arrested in Enid, Oklahoma. Police shared news of the arrest soon afterwards, only to admit they'd gotten the wrong man in a Facebook post days later. Investigators say Watkins has no tie to Enid Norman in Oklahoma City. He faces a charge of distributing child pornography when he is caught. Watkins' Facebook bio reads, "In with the new, out with the old," and his profile pictures features photos of him sticking his tongue out for the camera. I'm guessing is one of these two images right here, because these are the two that keep floating up. Another snap shows Watkins with the words "love and peace" on his chin. U.S. Marshals and the Enid Police Department have joined forces to hunt for Watkins and say that there is a $1,000 reward for information that leads to his successful capture. Now, they still, as of now, have not caught this freak, this goddamn creep. But by the time I upload this video, if they have given updates that he has been captured, I'll either add that piece of the commentary into the video itself, or I'll just leave a link and pin it down to the comment section saying they've caught him. But this, like I said, what makes this sick, I mean, the act in which he committed is sick enough as it is, but this guy actually recorded himself molesting a 6-month-old innocent child and then sharing it on social media to a site that is catering to other child predators, child molesters, and all types of stuff like that. And I bet you most of them look just like him. And they wonder why in the FBI crime stats, they lead in an exceedingly high amount under the rape category for crime. Like, this has got to be one of the most sickest pedophile stories I have ever come across. Like, I don't even know why he's even trying to run, as if now people don't know what he looks like. But I can understand they're going to try to bury this story. They're going to try to bury this story, not so they don't capture him. Well, they probably going to try to bury it so if they do capture him, it doesn't go very far. But because, well, he's PC. But I'm just saying, just looking at his picture, I would not be surprised if he was in that academy. I'm just saying. But like I said, if he isn't, I will be extremely surprised. But you have to be a different type of being. I can't even say a person, because a person or a human being wouldn't do something like this. You have to be a certain entity to find pleasure in touching or molesting and, or in his case, raping a child, especially a child 6 months. The child isn't even a year old. The child probably barely has any teeth. The child can't even talk. Probably can't even walk. And now that child is scarred for life in more than one way, because imagine that child growing up and finding out that when you were only 6 months old, that you was raped and then recorded, and having to know that video's floating out there somewhere, even to this day. Because once it's out there for good. The minute that this guy press send to whatever site he's on, it's out there for good. And because they said that this happened back in August. It is now September the 9th. And this happened back in August, and they're still looking for this guy. So they've been looking for him for almost, by the time this video is uploaded, for over a month. And it's crazy. We're just now hearing about it. It's like it was almost like they were trying to give this guy protection. Why? Well, we know why. He should have been found immediately. Because if he's willing to do that to one child, imagine what he'll do to any other child. And it's usually always the ones that you think you can trust that will do something like this. That's why you can't let any and everybody around your children. I don't care what or how good or how nice they may come off of. Many people out here have ulterior motives. And that's exactly what this guy did. And what they also need to do is, when they finally catch him, they need to investigate to see if he has been molesting any other children. Because I have a big feeling this was not the first time. I won't be surprised if he has stashes of child pornography somewhere in his hard drives. Notice I said hard drives, as in more than one. I'll never forget that story I did about that guy who had like 18 terabytes of child pornography. Remember, 1 terabyte is 1,000 gigs. This man had 18. So added up, that was 18,000 gigs worth of child pornography. I don't know how in the hell anyone can have that much of anything, let alone child pornography, in their possession. Like, you have to be like you have to be completely messed up in the head to have something like that much of anything in your possession. But I do hope that they hurry up and catch this guy, because he's been out on the loose for too long. And they shouldn't be hard for him to find, considering unless he's completely altered his look. Like, maybe got some context, changed his hair color, cut his hair, something. But he shouldn't be hard to find. And they need to corner the state to make sure he hasn't left yet. Because to be out since August the 11th, that's a long time for him to plan an escape.